So today's video, I've got a cup of tea and it's Chatty Tutorial Tuesday. So just get into the video. So I'm going to start with the Revolution highlighter as usual, and the brush I use is this Real Techniques brush. I just sort of swirl it around to pick up the product and pop it. I'd probably go a bit lower, but it's because I don't have contour or any of that stuff on my face, so I just tend to go a bit lower just so there's a bit more to my face, even though the focus I have is always the eyeshadow. Don't know why I put tons of nose. I like on because sinuses. I sound a bit sniffy. I have sinus issues in the winter. So now I'm going to do eyebrows because this is the most boring step. Collecting a palette mirror so that I have a mirror to use when working on my makeup look. This palette I use a ton. But that's not the palette for Tutorial Tuesday this week. Chatty Tutorial Tuesday. But I always call it Tutorial Tuesday in videos, even though it's Chatty Tutorial Tuesday because it's me chatting, but it is still tutorial. Some weeks it's very tutorial based, other weeks it's like, let's talk about my life. So I'm going to be using this palette here, but trying to use more of the neutral shades. So I'm also going to probably be pairing with this palette, but it'll be pairing with it to make a more neutral look. And my brush pot just fell over. So let's get into it. So not much has really happened. Slickmas finished. We're into a new year. Even though my calendar's still for 2021 still. So I'm going to be taking this brush here and picking like a base colour. I'm going to take this colour here and use it, which would be about here, around here on the back. I love these Pro palettes. There is a bit of kickback to all of them. Quite a good palette. I love this MUA palette. I love these shades. This just gives a clean base. So has anyone set any New Year's goals? I talked about this in my Slickmas video. I'm just not feeling like setting any New Year's goals because I literally, like, no one can predict what's going to happen this year. Like last year I really tried to sort of be like, yay, we might get to travel again, but I really don't know this year. Like, I would like to go to places, like I'd like to go to Germany again, France, the Netherlands, Sweden. all of those countries, but I just don't know. Taking this, I'm going to darken up my crease. I'm going to be using this shade here. Like, I just really don't know, to be honest, what's going to happen this year. Other than the fact I turned 19 at the end of the year. That in itself is crazy. And before I know it, I'll be 20. Which is also quite crazy. I've kind of got to work with them a bit. Like, you've got to really try and blend them out. And probably would have gone for a slightly lighter version, but I didn't. So I'm just blending. Like, I would like to say that we can travel. Again, and I know there's probably going to be like the red list, green list, amber list thing, potentially. So it's very sort of dark. So now I'm going to take this gold shimmer and see what that does to, like, make it a bit less muddy, I'd say. Though all of these shades are stunning. This gold is phenomenal. It's as good as, like, reminds me of the one in the Black Cherry Barry M palette. And the Dreamer palette. I'm going to actually use a little bit of Dreamer as well, like, on the outer edge. And just to, like, brighten the edges up. And then I like to do a silver inner corner highlight. I'll do an orange, I think. This one's hard to open and it kind of goes everywhere, so trying really hard not to drop it as well. Yay, it's open. Gonna take an inner corner highlight brush and really, like, pack the orange on while not getting it everywhere because someone didn't open their mirror. That I feel like works. It's just that brown that's a bit, still looks a bit odd. I'm going to try and take a bit of the other brown and try and go in and blend out those edges a little bit as best as I can. A little bit muddy, I know, at the top. Super unblended, but this shade's really quite difficult to work with, so if you're not into blending tons, I would not use that one. But there again, MUA shades do take quite a bit to work with, but the formula is good, so if you want a challenge and you're a beginner, fine. Gonna clean that up in a sec. But I'm gonna have a quick sip of my tea. Yeah. Not much else is really happening at the moment, just sort of planning some content. Because I'm not like taking a super serious break. Like I'm not really planned a break. Such. So I've sort of been planning some content. Trying to like get everything finished up that didn't get posted during Slickmas that kind of needs to be posted, like vlogs and that. It's only really the vlogs, like the main videos are done. I think that shade went on a bit more even this time. It's like a bit better now, sort of thing. Gonna do my inner corner. I love this inner corner shade. Like I love this look, like sort of doing a super like neutral look. And sort of mixing other palettes together. Like showing this, how it compared with the other palettes. Something that went down the wrong hole, so I love just how gorgeous these shimmer shades are. Might just deepen up the outer corner of that. I want to sort of blend it a little bit more. So deepened. Just going to bring a bit more of that shimmer up. Want. Take it a bit more shimmer. So it sort of looks a bit more. Going back in the dreamer and just adding a little bit more. So it's not turned out dreadful, like it could have turned out a little bit worse. So now I'm going to take cookie dough and put that down the lower lash line. Use cookie dough quite a bit. Then I'm going to blend out that bit because it does look a little bit off balance up here. Now I'm going to do some mascara and do my brow bone highlight. This is the mascara I use. kind of crazy, but like I'm like halfway done my college course this year. This really just lifts my lashes. It's like in my face. They frizzy at times. At the top of my head is just very frizzy. I've poked myself in the eye and it hurts. In case you're kind of wondering. So that's the finished look. Probably do look a bit like a clown, but at least they're a bit more even. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in another video. Bye.